Tommy, the Crazy Train. Let's build this guy. We'll use some of these materials plus more. Let's get started. This is the frame from an oversized water pistol left over from a previous build. Started by cutting off the handle. Any rotary tool, hacksaw, or other cutting tool would work, but this is cool. Using 2-part epoxy to glue the parts together, since this will be the base for the whole build. Use masking tape to hold it together while the glue sets so I could work on the next parts. Found this plastic skull in a box of Halloween decorations and thought it would make a great base for Tommy. Time for brain surgery. This won't hurt a bit. I thought they said brains, but they must have said trains. Using wet sanding sponge to keep the dust down while I rough up the surface so glue and paint will stick. It's called tooth. Super glue and baking soda makes a strong bond and fills gaps. It also makes it set faster. Here I'm using hot glue to fill in the wider gaps before covering with super glue, CA glue, and baking soda. This is 12 gauge aluminum hanger wire and used for hanging suspended ceilings. It's stiff and should make decent axles for the wheels. Drilling holes in these bottle caps with my pin vise for the axles. Any drill would work, but this is safer and more satisfying. Old ink pens are a great source for parts. I'll use these tubes to hold the axles to the frame after I cut them to size. Did I mention sanding the parts so glue would stick? Time to build the wheels and axles, CA glue and pressure. No accelerant, just time. Got my bottle cap wheels, wire axles, pin tube housings, and fancy beads for the hubs. mounting the completed wheels and axles to the frame. Finally, a rolling chassis. This part from an old self-injector will serve as the bioelectrical interface. This empty can of stackable potato chips will be the thermal generating tank. The zip tie. This is 14 gauge insulated solid wire for the bioelectrical interface. Little biomolecular goo. It's critical to insert the control wires in just the right locations, and then in the left locations. But take your time. Now a few greebles. Basket of junk. More junk. Man, that's satisfying. Ah, yes. Using parts of a spray bottle, thanks Bill and Gert. From a dollar store water pistol. More crinkle tubes from the dollar store. Or pound store. We should probably call them pound stores, since they raised the prices to $1.25. A zip tie to hold them in place while I glue them down. More hot goo. Starting to come together now. Cut these EVA foam sheets with a razor or scissors. The pointy thing makes holes that look like rivets and adds texture. I use this stuff to hide bad seams and cover mistakes. A sheet of pre-glued rhinestones for bolts, rivets, and greebles. A little CA glue helps them stick. Smaller gems make good rivets. Montage time. Adding a second skull because two heads are better than one, and everybody could use a little head. Oops, dad joke. Almost lost my head. These thingies are from a dollar store travel game. We'll use them later. Taping these bottle caps to fit the curvature of the fusion reactor. Using hot glue to keep them from sliding off so I can weld them in place. By welding, I mean C8 and soda. You can use a hobby knife, but be careful. Remember these? Not sure what these do, but they look like they go here. See, I have a power drill. Maybe I'll stick to the pin vise for now. This antenna doubles as a trolley car connection. Okay, time for more rivets. Covering everything with Mod Podge to seal it up before painting. Time to prime. Black texture paint, then gray from above. I'm happy. Time to paint. Yellow ochre. What the hell is an ochre? Add some white. Add some water. Probably shouldn't have added that much water. It doesn't stick to the enamel paint that well and took several coats. Had to wipe off the runs with a rag. The thin paint acts like a wash and dries much darker. Drying it with a heat gun helped. Just remembered you were watching, so I turned the lights up. Adding more white for the next layer. used a rag to help blend the layers of paint to add depth. The thicker paint is looking much better. All this layering is starting to show some depth. Now I'm adding some darker wash for contrast. Let's not forget about the little head. Okay, I used the same dad joke twice. See another one. Even more contrast. And so on. And then off. Not looking too bad so far. And on to the rest of the model. Basic flat blue followed with a blue metallic. Dry brush style. And now some reddish color. Multiple layers give it a gradient look. Now for several different layers of green paints. Dry brushing for highlights. The wheels are brown because this is an off-the-rail train. Craftsman says, wear you some gloves. The can said low order, but you need some ventilation. This is a brown oil wash, so it looks dirty from off-railing. Slush it on, then wipe the excess off. If your hands shake, this is the best way to paint. Dry brushing with white to bring out some highlights. Dry brush. I'm using silver model paint to make the accents pop. These rivets will pop. Get it? Pop rivets. Dry brushing with the silver. I keep hitting everywhere I think it should look like it's worn down the paint. Now I'm dry brushing with copper metallic cover. Some gold metallic to finish it off. results and glamour shots. If you liked the video, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.